You're watching the Card Game channel. Uh, Welcome to today's stream, everybody. Um, Today, I'm doing something a little bit different because we are gonna try someone else's decks instead of trying our own decks and iterating on our own decks. Of course, in Netrunner, oftentimes other people come up with good ideas before you do. So it's a good idea to test what other people are playing, get an understanding of what they're doing, um, how it works, and how good it is, and then you can get an understanding of when those decks would be good, when they wouldn't be good, perhaps ways to improve them. So today we are looking at two lists that CableCarnage took first place with at the recent circuit opener, reading circuit opener. And so we'll be diving into those, see if we want to change them or not, see how we like playing them. And before we do, you guys know I like to take a trip down memory lane. So we will be playing Asmari today. And I just wanted to talk about some old Asmari decks I have played to show that I basically the love I have for this kind of style that we're going to play today. So as early as 2019, I was playing this Asmari deck for most of that year and ended up bringing it to Worlds. And also ended up getting, it was my first Worlds, and I got a surprisingly good result from my perspective. And that was sort of, I don't know, what drove me to, motivated me to try to stay consistently competitive in Netrunner, I think. And this deck I would call it an Asmari sort of tempo deck, but it was playing the 6 agenda suite. So you were trying to exploit the 6 agenda suite. You were finishing off with Echo Chamber. Of course, SSL Endorsement at the time was a crazy good card. And at the time, you could also play Scarcity of Resources. So there was an element of denying your opponent credits. And you had ice that were like way too good for their cost, like Slot Machine and Newshound. And at the time, there were not very good answers to Surveyor. There was no Boomerang, no Botulus. Very rough ice to deal with. And we could make both of the subroutines very relevant by playing Tag Punishment. So there was Boom in the deck to secure kills, Consulting Visit to find the Boom. If your Boom was trash, there was an Archive Memories to get it back. This card could, of course, also put your Scarcity of Resources back on the board. I loved playing this deck. It just felt like all of the pieces were so amazing. Like the ice was all cheap and extremely efficient. The agenda package was tiny and neat. Didn't take up more space than it needed to, but was effective at what it was doing. And the economic warfares plus the hard-hitting news was really squeezing the runner, combined with the scarcity of resources, really limiting the space which they could operate within comfortably. And of course, in order to clear a scarcity of resources without stealing an agenda, they needed to play an event. So there was great synergy with Asmari. Also, because the scarcity made resources so much worse, again, naming event becomes even better because most of the cards that give them money will then be events. So this was an amazing deck. It did really well. There was an even crazier version of this deck when they released Gold Farmer and Bellona. This deck you just replace the IP blocks with Gold Farmers and the Degree Mills with Bellona, and there you go. The deck was now not only good, but probably completely busted. I had something crazy like a 15 win streak from 2 tournaments with this deck. It was insane. And shortly thereafter, Asmari was banned. But now, of course, it's back. And this brings us to the deck of today, which is Laura's Murray, posted by CableCarnage. Apparently, this idea comes from Laura, aka Oscillate, and it has obviously there are a lot of those really crazy busted cards you can't play anymore. SSL endorsement is gone. You can't play current, so on. But we can play the kill package with Econ Warfare, Hard Hitting News, and boom. And similar to this list from UK Nats that Extra C did well with, winning UK Nats, we are playing Seamless Launch to basically score 4-2s off the table in a never advanced manner. Now, these two lists are pretty different, but the similarities is Seamless Launch and Hard Hitting News being present. However, this deck is playing more of the tempo style, similar to, or the credit denial style, maybe you could say, trying to keep the both players at a low credit count, because Asmari is really benefiting from a situation where both players are low on credits, and I would say NBN in general does that. So we are playing Crypto Crash, so that's a way we can make them lose credits. Of course, headline is nice if tags are relevant, and 15 minutes is a nice way to close out the game when you get to 6 points somehow. So you could score 2 Bellonas, or you could score 3 of the 2-pointers, for example, and then finish the game with 15 minutes. This card can also, of course, be used as bait in the remote. You install it, double advance it, they steal it and realize that it's only worth a point and only for a few seconds until you shuffle it back. Then there are some other neat things, like the fact that Gaslight has so many targets in this deck. Yeah, of course, like we're playing a Market Forces, which I like. You probably only want to be playing one. I think I agree with this. And boom. So Gaslight can find your kill, so it replaces the job that Consulting Visit had. Maybe not as well, but yeah, if you can reasonably protect your remote, then you can pull this off. And you have Spin Doctors to shuffle the boom back if it's lost. And in the previous list, you had 1 preemptive action and 1 archive memories, which was enough in most cases. Yeah, so, and then again, a pretty cheap ice package. The ice is not as busted anymore, but still nice kind of gear checking ice, like Enigma and Ping, and then IP block, which is often taxing for its cost. Toll booth as the only really expensive ice, because we're playing a low economy game on both sides, hopefully. So I'm liking this. A turn pack is really good value for its cost as long as you have a way to punish tags. Yeah, so that is basically the deck. We will be also looking at the runner that was posted, but let's do that after the Asmari. So we're going to take this list and jump into some games. Boom. We got Corp. And yes. All right. Sup, Ba? How you doing? Gonna sneaky watch you whilst... Nice. Yeah. I fully endorse people watching me instead of working. Anything for the views. All right, we got an opponent already. All right, so we're up against Hoshiko. Of course, Hoshiko can be built in a lot of different ways, so we will try to figure out what they are on as we go. And this will be a mulligan. We do have some nice economy in hedge fund and NGO, but we have no ice, which I think is bad. All right, this is slightly better, or a lot better probably. Yeah, the main issue is we only have one ice, and if we use the ice to defend HQ to keep the crypto crash sort of safe, then it's hard to push the Rashida. I really want to push the Rashida. So either we draw and put Turnpike in front and then install something else. Either we install 3 cards or we draw and install Rashida Turnpike, I think. Or I guess clicking for credit is decent too. Yeah, probably that. So new remote. Yeah, so we're gonna risk losing the agenda, but we don't wanna lose the tempo. And we name event. The main problem for the deck is that, oh, there we go. Hard-hitting news. Alright, so these plays are risky for the runner because we do have 3 Econ Warfare in the deck. There is Econ Warfare, so we could play it straight away. Econ Warfare, they go down to 7. Then hard-hitting news. So we can install another Rashida after the HHN. So how does hard-hitting news work then? Econ Warfare to 7. Install hard-hitting news will then be, it's 4. And then we have to boost 5 more, so 8 credits. I think that's fine. So Econ Warfare. And we do take these risks. This is sort of how you have to play this deck, I think. Keep trading credits with the runner when they go aggressive. And don't give them room to breathe unless you have to. Yeah. So they're clearing here. We gain a lot of momentum. So we can pop this Rashida. Oh, sorry. I'll lower the sounds. It's just the sound hasn't actually been working for a long time. So I wasn't expecting it. Okay, we got another HHN, which I like. Now I think it could be time to try to score this crypto crash. Okay, so hedge fund, put the crypto crash in the remote. And what else? Unfortunately, we're gonna have to pitch a card. Maybe installing the Rashida here is correct. The NGO is not necessarily what we need right now. Maybe the Spin Doctor? It's kind of a tough choice. I think I'll pitch the NGO. Okay, so he's kind of playing around Crypto Crash, but we don't have to score it now. We could use this Rashida instead and reinforce the remote and some centrals. So I think, so he doesn't have a decoder, so Enigma on the remote makes it hard to get in there. I kind of like that. And then, yeah, again, we're gonna have to pitch a card, which is annoying. We could pitch the headline. No, it's kind of likely he runs Archives, right? Yeah, it's kind of annoying. Maybe the boom? We still have the market forces to punish tags being kept. Not sure. We try pitching the boom, shuffle it back if we need it. Keeps playing around our threats, which is annoying. So, card in the remote. Or sorry, yeah. So now we can pitch some agendas. And I think double advancing this makes sense. So what agenda do we want to keep? So we're double advancing because we're double advancing to save clicks. We're expecting to be able to score this. And this way, yeah, we're going to save some time. Okay, so now we can shuffle these back. And also, this opens up the ability to score the crypto crash and then immediately HHN afterwards. Yeah, exactly. So now I can think about this. The crypto crash can put them at 1, hard-hitting news, and then install something else. Like the Bellona in the remote, maybe. To make it safer for later turns, especially if we want to take a turn off to purge. There we go. We stay on event. Yeah, now fermenter is being popped. Is the game sound at the right level now? Okay, so they're at 1 tag. Market forces could still be nice in trashing a daily cast. Again, keeping the runner low. We could advance the Bellona, possibly score it next turn. No, actually, let's not do that. Right? I'm thinking if we want to ice archives or not. Yeah, let's ice archives. Now we spoiled that we have an advanceable card, but so that's not very smart, but I don't think it's a big problem. Hard to get in and steal this. All right, I'll lower the volume. This should be better, hopefully. Ooh. So Raindrops Cut Stone will give him a lot, but the IP block still... Like, taking the tag is still bad. Although, I did discard the boom, so we need a way to shuffle it back. Okay, now Raindrops Cut Stone on the remote. So Enigma here will fire, they will overdraw and discard a card. Yeah, I don't want to allow the steal. And now there's Orchestra in the bin. Yeah, it's annoying that we don't have the tag punishment now. There's a question if purge is reasonable here. I think it could be. That's fermenter's getting a bit high. Yep, laundry HQ. Still a lot of cash. Actually, the clip install is sort of nice for us. Okay, now we got the spin doctor to shuffle back tag punishment. So I believe the play now is econ, we install this, and we advance the Bologna to threaten the score. And this spin doctor can shuffle back market forces and boom. Running the spin, we can pop this. Boom. Market forces. There we go. Ooh, Stargate. This doesn't seem sustainable for them. I'm not sure this is correct. But I guess, if you can deny the... Like, you can deny the tag punishment with this, but still, if... Yeah, Bologna, you're not stopping the score. Okay, so next card is Hedge Fund. We know that. And I guess we've also spent 2 spin doctors, so... Yeah, so maybe just reinforce R&D and score the Bologna. I think that's fine. Because now it's 6 credits to get into R&D every turn. Liberating clicking it down, of course, because we could trash it otherwise. We could put this NGO and pretend it's an agenda. Was that the NGO they saw? No, they didn't see this NGO. And we do... I think we would benefit from some more cash still. And yeah, threatening to score is something they actually have to consider checking. So if they do, it's quite nice for us. And they do have enough money to get in, so they will actually consider checking this NGO. Yeah, let's see if they check. No, Stargate. That lets us fire. Does that mean he's going to check the remote instead? Okay, just going for the crypto crash in archives. So we can tax a bit more with the turnpike. And extra tag could make the market forces better. I feel like there's no rush to try to get this agenda, but I guess you get to flip Hoshiko as well, which is nice. Yeah, this is really reminding me of the oldest Mari, so it's really fun to play. Okay. Oh, now we have an actual Bologna. But this Bologna you would probably run this Bologna. Install double advance. Yeah, I kind of want a gaslight or something, or or an actual tag punishment card. Oh, there's boom. Then we just win, right? We pop the NGO and win. Nice. All right. Good game. Deck was fun. Deck was seems pretty good. We're just gonna type GG and move to the next game. Okay, someone's got a game here. TBC. Yeah, with the crypto crash, this becomes hard. They were playing around the crypto crashes very nicely there for a while. But it wasn't possible to keep it up forever. And then eventually when they run, yeah, maybe especially you don't want to run before getting hit by the crypto crash. And yeah, pre-advancing the crypto crash means that comboing it with HHN is possible. Okay, we got a criminal. Got something to put on HQ. And we didn't draw agendas, so I kind of like this. If he wants to challenge the Rashida, he has to take some risks. So I think this is a keep. Oh, that's even better, I guess. Probably yeah, is that IP block on HQ or? Yeah, I think the more taxing ice goes on HQ. If they let the trace fire when we're getting doofed, then we can sometimes just spend all of our money to make the doof less effective. And we want to reinforce this at some point, I think. But doof against the Smar is of course not as good because you're gaining 2 credits as well. Okay. So this is one of those unfortunate scenarios where you draw like a lot of stuff that requires other things to function. So we can play a hedge and a spin doctor, but nothing else really. So the question is if we rest the spin doctor and see 2 more cards right away, which doesn't seem terrible. We'll have to pitch a card, but I think that's okay. Yes, we can put the Bologna in server 1. I think so, yeah. And I guess we might not need both of the HHN. So to Baz's question about macrophage, no. I mean, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. I figure you have to. I guess it could work against some decks, but it's situational even in the cases where it's relevant. And yeah, I feel like you want to make it, especially with these decks, because like sometimes if you have something that's not really relevant against other decks, like decks that don't play viruses, you're very unhappy to see it. I don't know. It's not something you couldn't play, but it seems like better to just keep it like clean and general. Okay, so we lost an agenda, which kind of sucks. However, if we can Yeah, this is sometimes the problem. You don't see your punishment, and you don't have the cards like Rashida and the 4-2 scores to sort of make big threats early. So I think the best we can do here is score the agenda and try to jam another one behind. If we get to 6, of course, 15 minutes is game. Yeah, another point about the viruses and stuff. So IP block already helps a lot against Turtle if you're playing a deck like this. So I don't think you need to add extra tech for that. Like, it seems a bit overkill. And for Fermenter, theoretically it could work out, but they can also pop the fermenters before running, so it's like not 100% kind of thing. Okay, so we got Econ. Boom is trashed. Yeah, I really want to get to 6 points if I can. It's still tricky for him to get into server 1, so I think Econ and double advance is a decent play. So Boomerang inside job gets in, but then but yeah, we have no choice but to try and score. We don't want to just sit idly and miss our window, because we didn't get a fast start, so we need to sort of rush out, and it's working out. So we get to 6 points, and at this point we are doing okay, I think. Now we're at the point where any installed card is threatening a never advance. Okay, Carpe Diem. Ooh, and Bravado HQ as well. Fortunately, we are not very scared of any particular card being hit here. And Geo, it's okay. So I think cards that we really want right now are Seamless and Rashida. So I'm gonna get those back. Rashida to draw into agenda, Seamless to threat and scoring out. Probably Spin Doctor good install here to see if we can find some more useful cards. Gaslight kind of nice. I do want to reinforce HQ probably. The Boomerang Doof place. So Enigma R&D. Yeah, we want to force some breaker installs. Yeah, let's do it this way. Event again. So we are getting a lot of cash from Asmari, but he's so rich. It's not hard for him to get into servers. Ooh, okay. NGO. Maybe we can force him to try to contest this. Commit a Boomerang maybe to the backwards ice. Pretend this is a balloon or whatever. Okay, he guesses agenda, so he knows what it is. I guess that's another problem. We can falsify the cards we never advance. But yeah, that's not a big loss. Right, so we can pop this, put the Gaslight. Yeah, I think pop this. Econ Warfare. Put the Gaslight in and Hedge Fund. Okay, 2 , 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100, 101, 102, 103, 104, 105, 106, 107, 108, 109, 110, 111, 112, 113, 114, 115, 116, 117, 118, 119, 120, 121 Yeah, when we get this rich, when we are both this rich on both sides, it's kind of tricky for us. HHN is a way to make us both spend a bit of cash, but it doesn't get really punishing until we are both at low credit counts. Okay, so we can, do we pop this? I think still pop this to keep tags relevant, get boom back and an econ warfare or something. Even though it seems like almost futile to tax on credits right now. Okay, pinhole to find this. A gaslight, yeah. All of our never advanced is not working out. There's like a billion things to expose cards in the remote. I guess IP block could help with that. But at the same time, you kind of want to reinforce R&D if there's only an Enigma there. Maybe an HHN to lower the credit counts on both sides, actually. I think that makes some sense. Oh, whoops. Not yet. Yeah, because the second HHN could be good if we lower the credit totals. So ice on R&D and HHN. So we boost it to like 14 is typically where, yeah, that's a good range. Yeah, so paying, what is it? Paying 4 clicks and 8 credits is oftentimes worse than, oh, but there's networking. Okay, never mind. We're screwed. We are so fucked. That's actually like a really sick tech card against MBN. I tried it in Sable and it's really nice. Okay, we got boom. And stay on event. Okay, so it's really hard for us to actually threaten things with HHN. We just have to rely completely on never advanced threats, making the remote taxing. I wasn't expecting networking it, but it makes a lot of sense to this kind of deck. And given that, yeah, you wouldn't be... Oh, never mind. We just win with 15 minutes. Okay. All right, that was anticlimactic. He was doing well, but yeah. Oh, he just leaves. He was not loving that series of events. Okay. Yeah, we're going to do some more of this, but I'm going to take a very short break. So see you soon. Welcome back, everybody, to the Bridgeman Show. We're gonna be doing some more Asmari. So getting to 6 points with this deck against decks that don't have Clot is a really big deal. Now, of course, you only have one copy of 15 minutes. But just the fact that... this is my buddy Odol. Nice to see him here. This is a mull. We need something to speed up our game. But yeah, against decks with no Clot, getting to 6 points means 15 minutes is a constant threat until the game is over, because you can always shuffle it back. So it's really valuable, even though it's a one-off. So Smoke, okay. Smoke does sometimes have trouble playing a fast kind of game. So again, we want to go with the aggressive lines. So Rashida, and we even put the Gaslight on the board, because if he runs now, he basically, we can do, and the Gaslight is still on the board, we can do an Econ HHN play. And water is important. Ooh, Laundry HQ to punish. Let's see if it works. It does, of course. But he still needs a bit more cash. Oh, he's hitting the Gaslight. Very nice. He does trash. We could still... Oh, yeah, okay. He did have a lot of burst economy. So that is perfect. We can pop the Rashida. Okay. So we could econ, but I don't know that it's correct. I think it's better to threaten a crypto crash here, because he's at a credit total where it's hard to stop. Where it's hard to play around it. And the econ might run into misdirection. So I think this play has merit. So he just draws a bunch. I think we can save the Seamless for later. There's no rush to use it this turn. So we just score this. Because that could be really useful when we find our other agendas. Ooh, installing Fenris. This could be risky with Econ and HHN, but if he has access to misdirection, it's not as bad. I think we remove the commission from the game. Because we care mostly about his credit total. Dirty Laundry gives less. He sees something where it looks like he had to think about what to do. Our question is if he has another economy event, but he doesn't. Oh, is it a Bologna? It is a Bologna. Okay. Okay, that's interesting, because we're going to be able to land this HHN. And And I guess trash the Fenris too. And then protecting R&D is probably more important. But him being at 5 points is a problem, because that means we want to really close the game out soon. If he hits HQ here to get events back, we just give him sure gamble, I guess, because he doesn't have enough money to... yes, I will... Sorry, Melias, I will zoom in, and I will also full screen. I always forget this, so thank you for telling me. Okay, dirty laundry. And we give him a dirty laundry back, I guess. Yes. And he gets 15 minutes, but it doesn't actually matter. Good afternoon, Harald. How is it going? Another laundry here. Sees the econ warfare. Yeah, he wants to trash boom, if there is boom. Yeah, maybe a mistake. Yeah, maybe a mistake to not ice HQ, because this makes it easier for him to get up on cash. So we trash this, of course. I think econ warfare, and we pretend that this is an agenda. So probably he will get misdirection out, and he doesn't have any board, but he does have 6 points. I guess, yeah, we don't have more 1-pointers. So any agenda he steals now is win. And there's really no need to shuffle back 15 minutes until we need it ourselves. Advancing this might make him play around crypto crash and stuff. Good morning, Diogen. Oh yeah, he is running. Nice. So we rest the turn back. So this play turned out to be really valuable, actually. Because we can get more tags on him. If he goes full tag me, then... which he does. Our chances, I think, improve quite a bit. Still, the game is really close, because all he needs to do is find an agenda. But yeah, now he needs to worry about... He doesn't have to worry about boom on the next turn, because we don't have the cash for it. But for later, he does. So let's think about this. If we draw, and we draw an agenda, and we put it in the remote, he can probably get in. But we could also draw not an agenda. So we have... and also we have the possibility to draw a market force as well. We can still use it. Market forces, Gaslight, Rashida, this kind of thing. And we have... So we have 2 Bellonas, 1 Crypto Crash, and 1 Headline left. There's 4 agendas. There's a lot more useful cards, I think. 2 Rashida, 1 Gaslight, 1 NGO. and market forces. I guess you shouldn't say a lot more, but maybe it's worth a risk. It was worth a risk. Okay, so we can install this Rashida and take a money. Also taking a money means, yeah, Rashida is perfect actually, so we got lucky there. Now he could, well actually now he has so many tags that even with misdirection it's, unless he just has the misdirection in hand, then this will be difficult. Because if you use self-modifying code to get it, you have to spend 2 extra credits, and then suddenly has to play the self-modifying code, click for a credit, then gets the misdirection and clear. Puts him at, yeah, he is doing that. No, wait, he's not. Oh, he wants to contest this, so he is, he doesn't want to clear. I guess we're playing a full tag me game. He probably knows the list, and he knows that there's only one boom. So as long as he trashes the gaslights, it's hard for us to find the boom. That is a weakness in the deck. Although this is actually really expensive for him. Oh, and he's not. Okay, I guess. Okay, yeah, he does save 1 credit. He doesn't have enough to trash a gaslight though. But luckily for him, it's not a gaslight. Okay, so we draw IP block. And now he's so low on money, it's pretty hard for him to get through the IP block. He basically has to click 3 times, then run and use the smoke credits as well. So that is... But yeah, we need something better here. Gaslight is something better. My top decks have been on point, not gonna lie. I'm pretty lucky this game. So I think we just take a credit to have enough for boom. So we could reinforce R&D with an IP block, but if we rest it, we don't have the cash to win with boom. We'd rather keep that threat alive. So let's just take the money. But yeah, it's crazy here how the top decks matter so much, because seeing an agenda is probably a loss if he goes aggressive. And he is staying aggressive, but this line is winning for us, because he won't have enough cash to trash the gaslight. He could have... I assume he has misdirection in the deck and that he could have cleared. But he felt that... I feel it would have been correct to just clear. Because he was at such a high amount of points with misdirection out. And with misdirection out, with misdirection out, our HHN threats in general become worse. So I feel like he can stay in the game long enough to find another agenda. So we just need the boom, and we play it. GG's. Yeah, just gonna see what he has to say here about that. Yeah. Yeah, so I think because he already had a lot of points, he didn't necessarily need to go that aggressive. I got very lucky, but he didn't have to take those risks. So what time is it? Yeah, we can play some more as Mario, right? Before we move on to the ESA. Oh, we got Ba, who was talking in the chat. Let's see what he has cooked up for us. Um, okay. So against Toshiko, maybe this is good. I'm not sure. We can deny Hoshiko value by icing centrals and then not playing the hedge right away. I think it's a pretty solid hand. He's gonna keep the stream sniping in his pocket. Okay. Right, so we can install the spin doctor without. So my play to deny Hoshiko from accessing cards, you can pop the spin doctor without cards in archives. We could also install it and draw right away to see if we get something even better. We're gonna install it. But I kind of want to bait him into running. Make him think it's a Rashida, waste a click, maybe risk getting HHN. So I think IP block on R&D. Because if he goes tag me and starts stargating us, then it's nice to have the IP block there. And we just name event. So we get the money right away. Deuces, drawing more. Yeah, so we're gonna be trying to figure out what kind of Hoshiko this is. Bankar. Oh, I'm just now seeing that he has 1 billion cards in his deck, so I guess it's a big Hoshiko. And also, I guess I'm seeing something here that I wasn't really thinking of before. So we can res the spin, play cards, and then pop to shuffle those cards back and still denying Hoshiko cards to access. Well, this isn't the greatest. Guess I can draw. Yeah, just create a new remote. And hedge. Bankar, I guess, is pretty nice against NBN because we're not trying to damage him in other ways. So the cards are sort of disposable, probably. So not that hard for him to get accesses now. And we need a remote with at least 2 eyes to stop the Bankar from just getting it for free. His first 2 turns were really slow, though. It is a Maw deck. Okay, so we know it's a Maw deck as well. Right. So we draw for the turn. NGO. Yeah, I guess advancing the NGO is not terrible. Gets us something else to shuffle back also. I mean, getting more money is still fine because we want to be able to fuel our HHN plays. He's probably too scared to run this given his credit total. But if he does have enough burst events, he might go for it, and then we can punish. Because obviously the IP block is just 2 net damage with Bankar. Yeah, so okay. Oh, he is playing Pinhole. Yes, we want to pop this, of course, so he doesn't Pinhole it. The question is, we might even want to pop the Spin Doctor then. I think so. We stop the flip. So he just gets the card from DreamNet, but no flip. And we have Econ HHN follow-up. Seems pretty good. And then we just trash all the resources. Yeah, so still no flip. And here we can... Question is how aggressive we go here. Because we could install the Crypto Crash. But as long as he has Bankar, that's not necessarily the greatest. So Econ, Spin Doctor in the remote. HHN I think is better. After we trash the Bankar, then IP blocks actually become more active. So to Diogen, yes, this deck is they ran got poor, took a bunch of tags, then missile. Exactly, that is exactly what is happening right now. Okay, so he does run the remote. So I think, yes, I made a good decision there. So this is going to deal net damage. He continues, and then we can rest the spin. And are we actually worried about... Well, we can shuffle just to make him not flip, I guess, once again. Clear some tags. Yeah, the boom is... Okay, boom is good. So we trash. I'm not even sure. Could trash everything, but trashing the Bankar is maybe not actually that good. Trash the Dreamnet and the Paladin. Those are high value. And we don't want to discard, so install the ice. Still nothing for him to, no way for him to flip the Hoshiko. Yeah, it targets HQ with Bankar. But going for that now is still... Well, actually, the turn pack doesn't give tags. Yeah. Okay, so here maybe... Draw... No, hedge, install, advance. Because he can't get into the server. And then we have a way to get him down on credits again. So he could flip now. But running is risky if we have HHN. So Bankar is only the first encounter on the chosen server. So still would need to get through the IP block, which he can't. Unless there's Botulus. Although problem with Botulus is actually he would need to choose between taking a tag and preventing the run from being ended. So he would take a tag, and then he would be in 2 tags and die to boom. So that doesn't really work. Okay. Oh yeah, and there's ping as well. Okay. So deuce is possibly clearing here. Yeah, clears. Okay, so he will get in, I guess. There's no way to stop this, is there? No, we just rest the king. He takes a tag. No, actually that would survive. Okay, that's annoying. I was thinking he couldn't get in, but I wasn't thinking about boomerang. So punished for not trashing this bank car, I guess. We need that. We would really love an HHN right now. If he takes a credit here, Econ can be played to get him back to 0. So he draws, which is good, I think. Can draw. I think hedge and just trash the bank car to stop this nonsense. Yeah, yeah. I guess Bankar should have been trashed, given boomerang. There's no reason to take that risk. We want him to work harder for the points, and yeah. Now we kind of need to start. Like, we're still doing well. We have lots of ice and money, but we want to not give him enough time to get back into the game. Okay, we get an Enigma. Can put the gaslight down. So if he runs now, it's okay. Yeah, he wants to yeah. He wanted to do something different there. That's okay. Yeah, so the turnpike is disincentivizing him from running in a situation where we want him to run. But I think he shouldn't be running. So I feel like we shouldn't count on him making the wrong play. Okay, so now finally he's clearing. Yeah, he's playing it carefully. And we want to make space in the remote, I think. Although maybe not like right away. No, we can do it right away. We don't want to have to wait a turn in case we draw an agenda. There we go. Now, surely he cannot steal this Bologna if I install single advance and do something else. I could even put an ice on top. Maybe ice HQ to protect the boom. Trying to think here. Yeah, I like having the boom available here. Maybe the next ice goes on the remote. Yeah, because Bankar, I mean, there could be like Botulus Boomerang, but Bologna is 5 to steal, so there's no way. So next turn can be seamless double advance, and we keep one of the seamless. Oh. He's saying he's calling it as a crypto. Oh, okay. We just score this Bologna. Yeah. Okay, it's nice to be able to pretend that we're trying to score an agenda here. If he goes for this, that would be great. Because he could, but yeah, this is sort of ambiguous. Like, he could read this as us trying to, well, trying to make him run and thinking that he doesn't have to both run and survive the HHN. So if he thinks that that's wrong, that he can survive it, he might still go for this. It's really hard to get through this and steal a Bologna, though. Okay, so reverse the IP block. Ooh, this install seems... Ooh, that looks very wrong, actually. Yeah, you don't want to... I think it's better, because you pay the same amount for the trays as you pay for breaking. So by doing this, you're really risking HHN. Yeah, he steals at 15 minutes. So I guess we want to econ HHN and shuffle this back. But yeah, despite flipping, I think this is bad. The HHN is still valuable. Another HHN. Okay, so we can econ. We need to pop this. We want to shuffle this back to not risk losing to him stealing 2 2-pointers, and then we HHN. 7. Yeah, again, we're trading our cash for his cash. And if he doesn't clear, we have boom already. So also him clearing means the next HHN is better. He goes low, then the other HHN is better. So he does clear. Installs Paladin. I mean, we can trash the Paladin. I wonder here, there's kind of a sick play. Installing headline, advancing it, and taking a credit. Because then if he doesn't clear the tag, we could seamless and kill with boom. That seems like a lot of fun. Credit. Advance. I kind of like that play. And we can still trash the Paladin then. Yeah, so if he doesn't clear, should be a kill. I think it's sensible to clear. Oh, he's running. Yeah, this loses. So he's reading it as a crypto crash, but now he's going to take the second tag and lose to boom. This deck is so much fun. That was fun. All right, yeah, very nice game. I think we have Yeah, being the 60 card Hoshiko is not very beneficial against this. All right, all right. Yeah. So good game. Let's do one more Asmari, and then I want to jump to Asa. But I love setting up these forks as the corp. It's a lot of fun. Ooh. All right, let me actually check what the chat says. With the wide prevalence of HHN, it feels like every runner should have either misdirection or no one home in their deck. Well, the thing is, yeah. There's the thing is, there are so many. There are other things you want to be worrying about. Like it's misdirection in Shaper makes a lot of sense. Of course, it's really easy to get out. It's not that big of a deal to have that one copy. Other factions probably like you don't want to play misdirection because you can't tutor it and cost 2 influence and all that stuff. No one home. Yeah, I guess that's kind of neat. Helps a lot against HHN, and there's also some snare in the meta. But yeah, it's always a question of like, what are you expecting to face? And yeah, the 60 card pile, I mean, not meant as a disrespect at all, but because I see the appeal, but it's just like it will make your deck less consistent for sure. So when people, yeah, you will have a lot. You will have starting hands that are not as good as if you were playing a smaller pile. It's just as simple as that. Shout out to Asker, by the way. Okay, we have no opponents anymore. So I'll get water, I guess, while I'm waiting. But yeah, it's true that the Shaper present has been low, making HHN decks better. If people start figuring out good Shaper decks, these decks will be a little worse. Although you have to note that they don't rely completely on tags, or at least I think they shouldn't. And also there's a stage of the game where the Shaper does not yet have misdirection, and like getting misdirection out, not only does it usually cost you a self-modifying code, it also costs you the money to clear everything. So it slows down your ability to get the breakers and stuff, which there's a bit of a trade-off is what I'm saying. Okay, so up against Lat now. So this could mean misdirection, of course. And of course, against Lat, we are not afraid of Doof or anything, so we just install the Rashida with an ice in front and we put the Gaslight down. So running now is highly risky and highly questionable. We can even double econ here if he runs. So he decides not to run. Yeah, that's very good. Pop the Rashida and get some cards. Okay. Yeah, threatening the crypto crash is nice. There's even the option to like double seamless because of Gaslight. If I advance, I think I telegraphed the score too much. Although, maybe it's not that bad. So we install this. Install a spin. And maybe advance. Yeah, I'm not sure, because running, surely if you run here, you get showered in tags. But maybe just installing the NGO is better. Going for the double seamless play in case there is no run. I'm not really sure. So far looks like he's trying to stay passive. You can play around Crypto Crash too, by just installing some stuff. Okay, so he's at 6 credits. Yeah, so resting. I don't actually have to rest anything right now. No, it's okay. We'll let him have the card, I guess. We just score this. We keep the gaslight open. Always love keeping the ability to gaslight people, you know? Oh, technically I guess he could have popped the self-modifying, so I should have asked if there was action. Oh, or just waited at some point, but looks like he was fine with it, so... Echelon. Okay, it's kind of a slow setup. Wait, here we might want to actually rest the spin. So it's, what is it? 6 cards. No, we kind of want to jam the Bologna, no? I think so. Rashida is also nice. Yeah, maybe Rashida before we try to push the Bologna might get us more ice. And we just advance the NGO to get some more cash. I think that makes sense. Yeah, and still probably we don't want to rest the spin because we're going to overdraw like crazy with the Rashida. Okay, Swift as the console. So apparently there are run events here. I wonder what the extra clicks are for. Does that mean we are up against APOC or... like looking at, I don't know, the teleworks and stuff? Could be. We haven't really seen any run events so far. Okay. So we can... So breaking Sentries is possible, but very expensive. Okay. So HQ, protect our Bologna in HQ, and then we install this Bologna here. APOC is, if it is APOC, it's sort of okay, I think. We can follow up with, kind of looks like APOC. We can follow up with Econ HHN, maybe. Oh, no, he's trying to run the remote. Yeah, so we want to force the decoder install. And he's gonna go low now. Actually, he's not going to have enough to steal the Bologna, I think. So breaks, yeah. That's really expensive. So propeller, let's see. It needs to pay to break the subroutines. So resting the IP block still makes sense. Oh, of course, power counters also matter. So you can boost it twice. Only has one power counter left. Yeah, this one doesn't matter. And then it's Bologna, so... Not sure why he's contesting this. Could be scared of another crypto crash, of course. That's the scary thing about this deck. Okay, now surely we have some plays here. I think we wanna draw here to stop his draw. All right, so if we draw for the turn, mandatory. So we can econ. We don't have to hedge fund. Econ. Turnpike R&D, I think. So we would just boost this by 2. No, by 1. And now he needs misdirection. So maybe we should name program then. Because if he doesn't have misdirection, this is probably... I guess I'll still name event in case he hits HQ and trashes the boom. Okay, so he's not clearing by the looks of it. Just running R&D. Might as well rest in case the game goes longer. The extra tags could actually matter. So we pop this. Rest the turn. Yeah, so if he hits the boom here, we still have... yeah, it's game. But we still had market forces as a backup. We could get it with Gaslight. All right, nice. I think we have explored the Asmari enough for today. I really love the deck. It's reminiscent of other stuff I tried to play that I just find really fun to play. You just put stuff on the board. You have a lot of threats. So. Love the deck, it's very fun. Will be interesting to see how it does going forward in the meta. But yeah, it's a kind of a scary deck. So next we're gonna play Essa. I'm gonna take a short break and then we'll be back talking about that. So see you all soon. All right, welcome back, everybody. We are doing ESA now, so let's close all this Asmari nonsense and have a look at this ESA list. Also, again, what CableCarnage won the reading CO with. Now, I'm a lot more skeptical of ESA, I will say, and there are some things here that I personally intuitively want to change. That doesn't mean that it's correct. So I will try playing the list as it is. So it has a lot of events, and that's because you have Ghost Tongue in the deck. So all your events cost is lowered, which is amazing. But there are some things here that I'm thinking about. So it's using, of course, Power of Botulus to break things more cheaply. And beyond that, just using the regular bin breakers, which, I mean, you can get them into your bin both with moshing and when you take the core damage, which you will be taking a lot with this deck. But about the core damage, yeah, I'm interested to see if we are dealing enough core damage to ourselves, because I figure, you know, you want to be able to trigger this pretty consistently. And yeah, we're playing 3 Ghost Tongue, 3 Marrow. You can trash those and play a new one just to deal the core damage, but that is not great value, I would say. Maybe if you're just trying to deck your opponent out. But that is kind of a tall order, so I think in general, what we're trying to do is mill enough agendas into their archives to win the game there. And yeah, we are playing 3 Shastushka, but also spending influence on legwork, which might be really good. And I'm thinking, but yeah, I was thinking maybe Shastushka on its own presents enough of an HQ threat that you don't need the legwork, but not sure. Also, another thing, I figure Finality is actually a really nice include in ESA. So wouldn't you want to play more of these? So my intuitive thinking is like, why not play 3 Finality? Maybe don't play the D-cells. I'm not sure if you need this extra draw. Maybe you do. So that could be wrong. But free up some influence for Boomerang to be able to get into servers really fast, and then you can punish either R&D or HQ being weak with Finality or Shastushka. So, and those are both in faction, so you have easy access to them. With Ghost Tongue, they're kind of cheap to play. Finality triggers ESA and so on. And also with all the milling going on, I'm wondering if like Mad Dash should be in the deck. Another thing about Diesel is like that one does give you a lot of draw, but you already have the in-faction moshing, which I figured also does kind of a good job at that, especially because you have a lot of cards that you don't necessarily want to be playing 2 copies of, like Ghost Tongue and Marrow. Again, unless you're really just trying to mill, but mostly these you want to get these out early, and then you don't care about the extra copies, I think. So moshing seems like a really good card, and then you could maybe free up some of this influences that you're spending on Diesel. Also, Diesel doesn't get better because of Ghost Tongue, so I feel like a card like Deuce's Wild might be better, where the card is suddenly really good if it only costs 1 credit, whereas Diesel will stay the same value regardless of Ghost Tongue being on the board or not. Yeah, but anyway, you can shuffle back stuff with labor rights, the most important event, so you sort of have infinite mill if you want to. You can eventually mill your opponent out if the game goes really long. But of course, your breaking ability is not huge, so you might just be taxed out on credits if they reinforce HQ or R&D too much. So I feel it's more of an aggro deck, and that's basically what CableCarnage says as well. He says aggression, put on early pressure. But yeah, for those reasons, I would like to have Boomerang in the list. I would like more Deuces. I would like more moshing. And I might like Mad Dash. I feel in some situations you just blind mad dash archives because you're basically sure that there's gonna be an agenda there. Again, I could be wrong, but that's just my initial feeling. Also, Light the Fire, a little note that he also had about that is it means that you have to pre-pop Spin Doctor or risk losing the agendas you put in archives. So that's a kind of a nice thing. Usually you have to spend a click to run archives or the Spin Doctor to make them pop it. So kind of neat. And this also works great against the decks that try to build a giant remote, like Jinsei's recent list, with a bunch of warrior trackers and Keeling in the remote. This will trash all of that stuff at once, which is really nice, without the negative downside of having to trash cards to the tracker. So let's play the list as it is, and let's see if we want to make changes. Yeah, of course you also have Running Hot for value. That could be another card you want more of. I will also mention, I think big downside, this is just the deck that this was based off of. So big downsides is, of course, if you go too low on hand size, that can be bad against Jinteki. Also, ontological dependence can be a real problem, because even if you up your hand size with Marrow, you still make it really easy for HB to score ontological dependence if you play this ID. And the reliance on aggression means that Glacier might also be a problem. Like if you're up against Acme or something where they have really obnoxious ice, they just put down ice. You probably have a hard time landing your events often enough, especially because you're not on Hippo, so you're not getting rid of their ice. So the general concept seems a bit fragile to me. You might also be weak against tags. But we're going to give this a go. The reason I say you're weak against tags, you don't have that much burst economy. But we're going to give this list a go, see if we like it, see if we can improve it. And yes, let's see. So we play a runner and Cable Esa. Dust Magnet, your question about APOC, what context was that? I've seen to Daijin, I guess I've seen a counter surveillance ESA. The synergy is nice there too, because you gain infinite hand size from the tags, sort of. So as long as they don't have a lot of tag punishment, that can be a nice synergy, because the core damage will matter a lot less. So yeah, I kind of like that idea. Although, of course, you are now weak against both decks with ontological and decks that have good tag punishment cards. But yeah, I can see a case being made for that deck. All right, got an opponent. All right, outfit. So the kind of thing I'm sort of worried about. Another reason I kind of want more Deuces Wild. Having Moshing and 2 Bin Breakers immediately is kind of nice, I think. So I'm going to keep this. That's a nice and pretty fast start. All right, so just too big to fail. Yeah, so we want to be aggressive, but being aggressive immediately against the outfit is not a great idea. So I'm going to chill for this turn at least. We got labor rights. We're not going to be using that right away, so I figure we can discard that. Rushing. I guess Bravado HQ means we still have enough money to sort of do what we to be safe, probably. So let's go for that. There's as long as we don't have installed cards, there's no eyes that we're really that scared about. Okay, we could. So we saw. I already forgot what card I saw. No, I saw. Yeah, it says in the log. Thank God. Hedge fund. Okay. Taking notes. So we wanted laundry R&D to be more protected. Oh, we see econ as well. Okay, so we might get hit by like double econ HHN. That would be bad. But beyond that, we're not scared. And he draws an extra, so we can't get hit by double. It could be just single and HHN, which is still not great for us, but not as bad. Econ, does magnet to econ lockout? You mean like when like just blocking the servers with big eyes, or some other kind of econ lockout? Okay, so diesel. Yeah, I guess we diesel more, but we can't really use these cards right now, which is sort of frustrating. This is annoying. Yeah. We don't want to be overdrawing that much, so I think this, we see Mausolus, we pitch for credit to be safe. And we can pitch Shastushka probably. The legwork for now has really good value, depending on the ice on HQ, but he has not scored anything yet, so probably there's a lot of agendas in there. Okay, so card in the server, new server. So probably trying to score now. And yeah, what kind of ice are we worried about? Because we could botulus and run this. And raindrops cut stone is like we might actually draw way more than we want. But botulus could get through bulwark. Means trebuchet is not a big problem. I'm not sure about this, but okay, let's try. Because I figure this is a 3-2 they're trying to score before we have a good board. Not dressing. It's a news team. Okay, this is just a weird outfit then. But yeah, we can't really afford to take tags right now, so alright, not too bad. Unfortunately, we didn't get the ghost tongue yet. I think that kind of fits with the general idea of just being aggressive, because I mean, it's great to be aggressive and all, but you run out of money real fast if you don't have the right cards. Okay, so now we have to do this. Now we have the ghost tongue and the marrow. So I guess we finally play this. I think botulus on HQ to set up Shastushka place. Marrow. We draw a card. And save the ghost tongue for next turn, maybe? No, we have a big hand size. We can draw a card. Okay. This is kind of nice. Okay, Rashida. So is he actually just not drawing agendas? It's kind of crazy. There's one reason not to play APOC, I guess, is like you do want to have the Ghost Tongue and the Marrow on the board, so blowing it up can be bad, potentially. Okay, so now we can Ghost Tongue, I guess. Draw a card. We mill a little bit. Yeah, so we can Raindrops cut stone for free here, basically. And maybe see what the ice on HQ is. Hard-hitting news. Okay, maybe good to stay on a nice credit count for now. Although this is a really nice opportunity to play legwork, I think. Yeah, I think legwork is good here. I'm not sure we'll get a better opportunity. End of the line, hostile takeover. Okay, so we know about HHN and end of the line. And I guess we just draw a card. Scores an Atlas. Yeah, so we are sabotaging a lot. So we can draw. Melias, yeah, that's a good point. I'm not used to playing Eza, but yeah, Shastushka, yeah, it's true that they might trash cards out of HQ, for sure. Although, probably they will just mill from R&D, is what I figure. They did mill from R&D. So at this point, I'm going to check archives. It's pretty nice. And sure gamble to make HHN not as good. It's kind of a funny game because like no ice is being rest at all. So we need 3 more points. Yeah, like here it seems like we would want more ways to core damage ourselves, like maybe more running hot. Okay, it's protecting HQ. Yeah, and I still like the idea of having Hippo, but we can see what we can come up with after the game. Okay, so let's Bravado. I mean, if HQ is being iced, I assume there's sort of something important there, but maybe a bit early to run there now. Hopefully the running hot doesn't hit the Bravado, I guess. It didn't? Okay. Okay, so now we have a lot of clicks. We can draw a lot. We still don't have the MK, but we barely have a board anyway, so Trebuchet is not very threatening. Yeah, let's try Bravado on HQ. Okay, that's really good because it's not a very taxing ice. And there's bad pub, and this other ice has Botulus on it. Spin Doctor. That seems worth it to to get rid of when we're playing ESA. I think here just Steel Skin. Yeah, so we can sure gamble and pitch the MK in case we need it. Yeah. Next turn we might even, I don't know, install a new Ghost Tongue or Marrow just to get these triggers again. But this is what I was talking about. Now all the extra copies are in our hand, and we sort of feel like we would prefer just having more moshing. There's even government subsidy in this. It's a very offbeat kind of list. So what other core damage do we have? We trashed the finality, amped up. There's one running hot. And there's light the fire. Doesn't really do anything. We got some more labor rights somewhere. All the Shastushkas are gone. Yeah, I would really love more finalities in this, I feel. Okay. Let's draw. Raindrops Cut Stone is... Well, we could play it on the remote, I guess. Yeah. I guess we want to force that ice to be rest at some point, and this might give us a lot of draw. This could give us 3 cards if we don't break. Although breaking is kind of nice too, because then we might get to check this next card. Yeah, I think continue is good. Yeah, the downside here being that he's actually getting more bad pub, which makes scoring regulatory capture easier. Ending the run, okay. So checking HQ is basically free. So check R&D. Bulwark. Draw a card. Yeah, the juices might draw us into another running hot. Okay, above the law. So he's at 4. Still okay. And labor rights is nice right now to get back some mill. I think finality in particular. So with labor rights, we try botulous sure gamble labor rights. Okay. So we get back our labor rights, running hot, and finality. I think. Draw light the fire. Guess check R&D. Good steal. 2 spins are gone. So probably there is no spin right now. You can draw another one. Okay, that's a nice card for next turn. There's a lot of pressure on him now. His next turn is very threatening. You can probably running hot, get the finality, very likely. Check both R&D and archives. And I guess somewhere there should be 2 points. And the deck is actually almost out of cards. Well, almost. I guess it's still unlikely that the game ends on deck out, but it's possible. Okay, just Econ Warfare. Yeah, so we're milling. Trash cards from hand as well, which he does. We draw 1 time. Labor rights. We could play that. Get some Shastushkas or something? Is that necessary? Probably not. We can see what we draw. Shastushka, Shastushka. And I don't know if we even need another labor rights here. Just get another Shastushka. Okay, so we play the Shastushka and probably going to use the board control here. Yeah, uses the board control. We draw. There's another one. After this one, maybe time to check archives. Although there, of course, could be a bunch of news teams. Don't necessarily need to check it yet. What influence have we seen? Yeah, I guess we don't have to check it right now. We could just draw. There's another Shastushka. We can pitch the orchestra, I guess. Wait, did I not shuffle back the finality? Okay, I don't know what happened. I guess I fucked up. So it looks like I should have shuffled back the labor rights. When did I lose the finality? I'm not sure. Oh, of course, labor rights. I'm so dumb. Yeah, that was bad. So now I actually, yeah, it was a while since I played a deck with the labor rights, and yeah, forgot that it mills me, so I shouldn't just play it. I'm not sure what he's asking. I'll let him undo. Oh, he just wanted to undo the search. Okay. So now we Shastushka so running hot doesn't hit it. And then we play running hot and just check everything, and that has to be a win. Would be crazy if it isn't. Okay, and I mean, I suppose there could be snare. Does that mean we check archives first? I guess so. Yeah, we'll let this fire to save some money. Because of the too bad pub, we can get better value. Okay, yeah, that's definitely a win. There we go. Okay. So maybe there was just the one news team in the deck. No, there wasn't. Never mind. There was at least two. All right, cool. Still, I kind of, I don't know. I want to try to make changes to the deck. So let's go back to the deck builder. And I think we duplicate this. And we call it Boomerang ASA or something. I think, because I think I want to include that. Diesel, I'm not sure. Okay, so 3 deuces makes sense to me. And Boomerang could just be wrong. There's some, so that I wanted 3 finality as well. And 3 moshing. So we have a lot of cards now. 3 running hot. I'm not sure. Yeah, I can see why the other list is built differently, because you fill up your slots quite quickly here. Yeah, that was a crazy amount of Shastushkas. I don't know, it was one of those outfit games where they're trying to rely on not resting ice at all, which is kind of crazy. Yeah, maybe moshing isn't the way. I guess diesel could be good, but running hot seems good. I guess so. You want, in order for your deck to be, in order to empty your deck, you want a lot of draw. So diesel makes sense for that reason. But it still feels like you want a little bit more money, maybe. Yeah, so, but slots, that is a problem with slots. Like, how do you even fit Hippo in this deck? You have to cut so many things. So I guess let's not do that. Could play another Bravado. Moshing is nice. 2 deuces maybe, and 2 boomerangs, something like that. Make finality easier. Yeah, like raindrops cut stone to Diogen. Maybe we don't need it. We can try without it. It is really nice when you have Ghost Tongue, of course. Running Hot is good value. Do we always need labor rights? Is another question I have. Or do we just... I'm gonna try without the labor rights too, like try to win before we actually run out of cards in our deck. That could be a big mistake, but it allows us to put a hippo in. Let's try this version and see if how it works. Also, well, do you need 3 marrow? I'm not sure, but okay. I guess we have moshing to get rid of dead draws, so it's not as bad as it usually would, I suppose. So we can go, we call this Boomerang Essa. And we're sort of figuring Essa out as we go. I remember trying her before Finality was a thing. I think Finality makes it a lot better. Just the in-faction easy pressure on R&D seems nice. Okay, we got an opponent. No, apparently we don't have an opponent. That's one of those inactive games that just linger forever. Okay. But we tried the Boomerang as a list. Oh, I forgot about Mad Dash. We wanted a Mad Dash in there. Can we like cut a marrow or something? We cut a marrow for a Mad Dash. Does that make any sense? Or maybe we just don't Mad Dash? Okay, we're not gonna Mad Dash for now. We'll just we'll play it like this. And get more water. The Dust Magnet, yeah, that's true. Without laborized, losing the Shestushkas will hurt, for sure. So it might just be wrong, like not work. But we're gonna give it a spin at least. But yeah, I can definitely see that we would not have enough value. So this is too much aggro. We kind of want the Ghost Tongue before we start playing this stuff. So I can sort of see why the other version makes more sense. Potentially. Okay, so we can start by drawing more, see if we can get the Ghost Tongue. We didn't. Yeah, question is how aggressive to be. Like Finality for 3 cards here doesn't make that much sense if there is Bellona. Can try bravadoing HQ, I think. Okay, IP block, that's perfect. Is there a reason to rest here? I guess so we can't run twice a turn? Otherwise, it's just a waste of 2 credits. Okay, there's a void we can get rid of. And maybe Laundry here. Finality will then have 50% chance to hit the Sealskin. Could be decent. And Geo seems like a decent trash as well. He's still low on money. And I guess we're milling him one card. Spin Doctor, okay. That's something we want to get rid of. Okay. So try to run the spin. See if he wants to use it. Doesn't. That's okay. So I think now finality is okay. Oh, we did manage to hit the steel skin, which is nice. Pop up. Gonna take notes, of course. Plano. And Rashida. Yeah, trashing Rashida is fine. So we draw. Take credit, I guess. I forgot that our hand size is lowered, but I guess this is still okay. Okay, so trying to push something here. Not sure if it's a good idea to contest that right now. A laundry HQ. I don't want to hit the cards I have in hand when installing the Ghost Tongue, so a laundry here. There's Boom. Okay, so I guess it is a tagging deck. So it might make sense to trash this then, in case we now have to go tag me. And we draw a card with the Ghost Tongue. We're gonna Sabotage. So he drew a pop-up, we know that. One card from HQ and one card from top of R&D. So the Turnpike is now gone, and he should be drawing the planogram next. So we can draw another card, and he gets the planogram now, presumably. Okay, yeah, Crypto Crash, that's fine. So we have some time now to money back up. Draw. Gamble, we can't really reach it this turn. Draw. Oh yeah. Oh fuck, alright. I keep forgetting hand size is low. That's kind of bad. Yeah, that's bad. Okay, well, what's done is done, I guess. I have to discard a moshing. It's true that GameNet often plays Macrophage, yeah. So I guess now it's draw, credit, sure gamble, probably. Fourth, I mean, I can force a spin res, but it's a bit of an HHN threat. So I think I'll relax for now. Could pop it next turn, probably. Okay, no Shastushka window anymore. Okay, so we try to force this pop. And I'm wondering what he might have installed here. But I want to draw. And I kind of want to moshing here. Not drawing the marrow is bad because it's hard for us to keep the combo pieces for as long as we want to. I finally got a marrow. Okay. Let's go for it. At least it trashed the right card. We want to keep the running hot. Was a Rashida. Okay. So checking it would have been nice. Kind of makes sense, I guess, given the amount of spin doctors we saw. Creating a second remote. Okay, this is good. Yeah, we're more likely to see Shastushka. We get a lot of clicks. Laundry is nice to check archives. Yeah, I think this is a good time to check. Okay, there's only 15 minutes in there. I mean, he shuffled back 2 agendas, I guess. Maybe a botulus on R&D? Remote looks annoying, so I don't know if I want to go for it. Okay. So steals can first. We bravado before running hot. We can bravado HQ. Yeah, I'm not sure what upgrade you would go for. Skunkworks. That can be annoying. Not really concerned about it right now, though. Can shuffle 1 back. Play running hot. Get to draw a card. And this mills, of course. Yeah, in case it's like a maze amusement or something, we want to have 2 clicks left over. Maybe even more. Oh, I should full screen again. Sorry about that. Can zoom in a little bit. So we can check this, I think. Accesses 1 fewer cards. That might even be positive. Because I don't know if we want to access the other one. Although if it's like Skunkworks or whatever. Yeah, we have no choice but to let it fire though. Because Marrow was trashed instead of MK Ultra, unfortunately. So he can give us a tag. That's sort of fine. I guess the other trace is only 2 credits. So take a tag. Paying 2 for this means GameNet triggers. But I feel like if it's anoetic or something, we definitely want to get that done. Yeah, so this skunk works. And we spend the 2 clicks. So we can steal the Bologna, trash the skunk. Sure, gamble? Do we keep a tag? Is the question. He was playing boom. He's all over the place. He's playing anoetic, boom, and skunk. And we saw skunk in hand. That's 6, 9 influence, 13. There cannot be end of the line. That's impossible. If we clear, we're sort of, we can get HH end, which I don't like. So I think I'll just sure gamble here. Okay, spin doctor. Oh, this spin doctor can shuffle back more spin doctors. Okay, so I think we want to start by drawing. Kind of want to pop this, but I'm going to draw first, I think. Yeah, we have hand size 3 despite marrow, so got to be a little bit careful. There could be market forces and stuff, of course. And predictive, we saw predictive planogram, but 2 of them are gone. Okay, so I think we start by forcing the pop here. Yeah. Shuffles back spin doctor and boom. Yeah, so we just gamble, move the tag. Gamble is very strong when it gives you 5 extra credits instead of 4. Which is logical because it's already very strong when it gives you 4. Yeah, looking forward to drawing finality. Of course, because we're not running the labor rights now, we are slowly running out of cards. That's not what we want to see. That is not it either. We could still... So we're playing 3 running hot now. That would still be a nice draw. I wonder if you just check R&D. But... Ooh, Shastushka. It's kind of expensive to get through this. If you install the paperclip... So if you don't install the paperclip, he gets a credit when you do it, which is sort of annoying. I think just checking R&D is a fine thing. I guess I did things out of order. Should probably check R&D and then draw. Because this could be ping or something, and then we end our turn tagged. Although we have seen no pings. You know what? YOLO. We're gonna risk that being a ping. That's a turnpike, okay. So that's fine. We gotta, you know, gotta live a little. Okay. Void. Oh, GameNet is 17 influence. Damn, I forgot about that, of course. So you can play 2 Void, 2 Skunk, and a Boom. Okay, but we're trashing this Void. And then we can finally put MKs in the bin. A good counter to this would be for him to have subliminal messaging in his deck, which can sometimes fit in GameNet. That looks a lot like an NGO. But what if it isn't? This sync ray is kind of annoying. So it's just 2 to get through. And if it's a crypto crash, that's really bad for us. Drawing into bravado would be good. Yeah, that's true. He wouldn't click for credit if it was NGO. Unless he really wants me to think it's not an NGO. No, I guess it's probably not NGO. Okay, so if I spend 2 on this, go to 9, and then spend whatever I have to spend on this. Yeah, I don't know. I risk going kind of low on money. Let's check. Okay, so this we could break. Wait, he can add a card to our grip. That's actually fine. Then we could just reinstall, I guess, and mill. Maybe we want to break taking the tag. You can fire this. Yeah, it seems like being on 1 tag should be okay. So you can fire this again. We take a tag. Do we have another deuces? There's still a deuces left in the deck. Okay, so he gets a credit from the game nets. And it was a crypto crash. Okay, so we are really doing well then. Install a marrow to get the as a trigger, I guess. We take some cash. There's 1 spin doctor left. Is it worth to... I guess it's worth a credit to check archives right now. Could just be a win, straight up. Okay, it isn't. So we'll lose the orchestra. So the Shastushka is still expensive, but you could just not go for it. Okay, that's the last spin doctor. So Daijin, that is true, but like also I don't want to just go by what I see on JNet. I want to also like usually I want to look at like what is placing highly in tournaments, not just JNet. Okay. And to be fair, like this Asmari did recently place well in a tournament, but like it's a kind of a complex thing. You have to sort of assess the strength of all the decks. Okay, so there is a market forces in the deck as well to watch out for. I'm gonna get rid of the Shastushka. There's no more spin doctors. So middling agendas now is game. Draw. yeah, I just played a highly placing HHN Corp, obviously, yes, but that's, you know, that's one tournament. So we draw. Other Shastushka. Draw. And we can take money and clear. Oh, we have one hand size. That's, whoops. Yeah, sorry folks, I guess I'm a bit distracted. Yeah, this I might be throwing this game right now. Boomerang. I don't know, I feel like he can't really score out from here. Maybe we just save the Shastushka. I don't know that it does a lot here. Yeah, I'll keep the boomerang. Okay, being at one hand size is not the greatest. Okay. So now server 1 is looking like an NGO, for sure. There are Bolognas too. Yeah, I'm a bit scared of just checking this. I feel like checking archives and R&D is better. And just clicking for credits the rest of the game. Take a credit. Check R&D. Then take credit. I don't know. Once you run out of steam here, like down to one card, it's kind of annoying. Okay, so this makes me read the server 5 card as a Bologna. But if I'm wrong, I kind of lose the game. Because I can boomerang and get in there. No, actually, I cannot boomerang in there. But I can just... No, and I can't beat the sync trace either. Yeah, that's annoying. If I click for 3 credits, I'm at 9. If we let F2P fire, he can add the boomerang back into hand. So that's a problem. I think I need to draw for something. We still have Bravado left. There's Bravado. Yeah, so we can Bravado for some more cash. But then, yeah, we can't contest this Bologna right now. So do we Bravado R&D or something? To try to provoke Ressing. There's still a finality left. Okay, I guess we'll wait with running R&D because of the finality. Yeah, it's got to be an NGO, right? Okay, so now we still keep the boomerang. So what we're looking for with these last cards. Yeah, there we have the Bologna. So we can, if we draw, install boomerang, we can still finality. Draw. Install boomerang, finality, and hopefully this wins us the game. We're gonna see 4 cards, so. Oh. That is really frustrating. That is really bad. So if we let 4 of these fire, he's gonna get 4 credits, and then we're gonna get HH end. But if we don't get to see these cards, that's kind of bad too. This play was kind of all in. Yeah, I wasn't thinking about Yola at all, but it makes a lot of sense in this deck. I think I just want to YOLO this. What if we don't YOLO it? Then we don't see 4 cards. He needs to score 1 more agenda. I don't know, fuck it. Let's just go on all in. It's probably bad, but yeah, let's do it. Yeah, because we can't steal Bolognas now. We can steal anything else, though. So I guess we have pretty good odds here. Pop up. Gaslight. Market forces. Manic arm. Okay, let's hope there's an agenda in archives. Exactly, you only run once. Okay, he's jamming a card there. Okay, so check archives? Or credit check archives? We can't check anything else, really. Man, this is the craziest loss ever. I mean, I've made a lot of mistakes. A lot of mistakes. So presumably that's a Bologna and we lose. This sync brace stops us from getting in. Oh man. Yeah, getting punished for the, I guess, impatient play. If I had thought of Eula, we can wait with that finality play, just click for some credits. Although I guess the problem wasn't that we weren't able to steal Bologna, it's just that we didn't see any agendas. Okay, so like how many points are there left? Like they should all be in HQ, but we can't get in. So probably a lot of agendas in HQ. Okay, so yeah, the sync he can just boost the trace. And IP block, he can also just boost the trace. Yeah, I think we just lose. I think that's GG. Well, that was really poorly played by me, to be fair. Oh, he's typing. So maybe the I guess the other version is better. He's typing now. Okay, yeah. So he had all the agendas in his hand. So I guess there was one agenda at the bottom somewhere. All right. That was a funny game. Gonna play one more game of ESA. Maybe go back to the other list because this didn't go so well. But still, I don't know. I feel like it's kind of shaky either way. But yeah, I'll be back soon. See you. All right, welcome back, everybody, or welcome back to me. I will try the old list. So because in retrospect, well, playing it in a different way makes you see why it was built like it is. So we'll try a bit more of the conventional one before making more changes or trying more changes. Yeah, Sync Bray is a fun ice. Yeah, but that last game I was just playing very imprecisely and impatiently. Um, I think I was in a good position and then I just kind of threw it away, which happens a lot of the time. Um, I guess part of it is that I felt like you don't have good long-term economy as ESA, but I could literally just have been clicking for credits, and then it's kind of hard for him to score anything out. Of course, you can try to bait runs with NGO, but um, yeah, I don't know. Seems kind of tricky for him. So being at enough credits that you don't create scoring windows for Bellona seems important. All right. PE. Yeah, this so so there are a lot of PE lists, and this could be one of those problem lists for the deck. This starting hand looks pretty good. We have economy insure gamble, draw from diesel. Could even put Botulus on something right away, maybe. I think after this game, I think this will be the last game of the stream, but we'll see, because I'm getting a bit tired. But it's been a lot of fun trying these decks. Oh, it's a mitosis PE. Okay, we're doing this. So now we can YOLO for real, because we have Steelskin Scarrings. So we could just face plant into whatever this is. Possibly Diesel first? I think Diesel first is... So we go to 7. Yeah. YOLO, right? Offer Locus, okay. Server 2 as well. Okay. Well, that was anticlimactic. That went really well. So we just gamble and discard the orchestra. I'm wondering if this is a startup build, because you wouldn't normally put Off-World Office in a deck like this. You would, if you're going for mitosis, you don't want to just be like scoring for value. You need to create kill threats, otherwise it's not really worth it. Yeah, so now I feel this urge to check HQ if it's this kind of PE. But I could be a bit more patient, maybe put the Botulus down first. Draw, gain credits. Yeah, Botulus on the ice, and then I think Foundry HQ is good. Neurospike. So I guess that's the idea with the agendas, but then yeah, still you make it harder for yourself by playing a 4 advancement requirement then. Okay. Icing archives before HQ. It seems to signal that there's like nothing to find in HQ. And I wonder if that's true. So make use of... Well, do we even want to... Yeah, I guess we want to Botulus archives, because at some point we will mill cards. And then do this in case we get hit by snare wheel laundry before drawing. We see a neurospike again. Okay. We'll take notes. So neurospike installs a card. I'm just gonna check basically everything right now. Checkist Scion. Okay. Yeah, so far it's only startup legal cards. Wait, check HQ. Blood in the it would be nice if we find another agenda. No, neurospike. I mean, clearing tag might not even be necessary, but yeah. But yeah, so on the note of how to build ESA, I guess in our game we saw that if you core damage yourself too much, it, well, I guess that was sort of begging the question. So there, basically we found out that it is possible to core damage yourself too much. Moonpool. Okay, do we... I don't know. Check R&D. I kind of just want to be checking things until we have to do something different. Bladder wart. Yeah, like taking core damage doesn't make that much sense. But like there's nothing putting pressure on us. So we can just take money, I guess. But yeah, so if you have too many of the core damage cards, I guess your hand size can get too low. You might draw them before you really want to use them. Still, Finality seems like a really nice card. Seeing 4 cards is crazy. Of course, core damage is a downside, but you know, you're playing ESA, so that's what you want to be doing anyway. So that could be Moonpool and the other thing. I'm going to check just to be sure. Keeling. I guess we trash Keeling. Is that Bladderwort? Yeah. So if we're not being taxed on credits, we don't need to dig for credits. Okay, Reaper function. No, yeah, I guess we trash it if he draws it. Just take money. Because we're getting in everywhere for free, so basically all that matters is the cards right now. And the Bladderwort is not dealing damage. Okay. So we check these. It kind of looks like one of those decks where if you check every card they install, they cannot win. Yeah, we trash the root function. And R&D. Hedge fund. All right. We are obviously very slow, but like, yeah, there's no pressure put on us to have to have a lot of cash. There we go, mitosis. So now it might actually be scary to check these. We could just let them. Yeah, we can get hit by snares. It's true. But snare is not like game ending or anything, so it would be a lot better, of course, if we're Hoshiko or whatever, where we have like more stuff that we can play in the at the same time. Now we're not doing much. Check R&D. Anemone. Okay, starting to rest things. Another anemone. So could Neurospike be a kill? I guess if there's like Seamless or something, maybe. Might want to check server 10 as well. Yeah, okay. Yeah, at this point, there are like real threats. Because you could score like a hybrid release and a 3-2 and then play 2 Neurospikes. It could be 2 Neurospikes. Yeah, so I guess I'm checking the wrong cards. Let's check this one. This was a snare. Okay, what do we die to? Sting plus Reaper function. Try to play around that. Yeah, actually, I'm just fucking this up completely. Draw. Okay, we can draw to bid 5. So maybe we don't die then. Okay, yeah. Looks like we don't. So do we check server 8? Sure. Another snare. Draw. Draw. At this point, I guess we want to trash the ladder one. There has to be end of the line in the deck, I guess. Maybe even boom. So we can bravado R&D. Mitosis. Okay, I guess we clear the tags. In case of end of the line. Check his sign is 2. There's another mitosis, but then, yeah, I guess you can put Urtica on the board and check his sign as well. Maybe there's no cerebral in this deck. Looks like he's trying to pitch agendas. So I will check archives before checking R&D. Pitching Neurospike. So I guess, is he giving up on that plan? Spin Doctor. Do we pay to trash a Spin Doctor? I don't think so. Guessing one of those is Spin Doctor. I think I'll keep checking R&D. As long as it's free. There we go. Oh, that took quite a while. Almost became a very embarrassing defeat. But yeah, we did okay in the end. There we go. So when it comes to the ESA, let's pull up the final list. Yeah, I'm a bit exhausted, so I guess I won't be doing more games today, but didn't really play enough of the ESA to get like a final verdict on it. Still feels like a deck that like the Asmari feels more well-rounded. The ESA seems to have, you know, some potential problems with inconsistencies and certain matchups. But the list as a concept looks pretty decent for what it's trying to do. You could probably toss around the slots a little bit, but the changes I was trying to do may not be the correct ones at all. So yeah, very interesting list. And I guess that's going to be it for today. So future streams, I hope to be doing more brewing and yeah, showing off more of the deck building process. But yeah, that's going to be it for today. So thank you to everyone for watching, and I will see you all next time. As usual, if you have comments, ideas, leave them in the comments box. And if you made it this far, then subscribe. See you around.